encourage entrepreneurs to take the risks that are necessary to grow the economy, to grow a community, so that they can also enjoy the satisfaction and fruits of their self-made success. That the ideal of a colorblind society is worth fighting for because each man and woman is an individual and not a member of some hyphenated class or group that we can put on a shelf and pull off a shelf for political expediency. And it is what we believe and what we know about the resilience of the American people that will underscore the real change that this nation needs. Barack doesn't know change, folks. It's just a word. But you and I know how to change a nation. Remember, we were the party that freed the slave. Remember, we were the party that empowered women with the right to vote. Remember, we were the party that created every major civil rights piece of legislation that's ever happened in this country. We know change. We're the party that freed up the markets to create wealth for small business entrepreneurs across this great country and around the world. We know change. We know how to do change. So why don't we stop talking about it and do it? We know change because we are the party of Lincoln. And as that party of Lincoln stood with those whose hands and feet were shackled over a century ago, today we must stand with those whose minds are shackled by a poor education. We must stand with those families who suffer from a poor education for their kids, lack of opportunity for the mother and the father, communities that are riddled with crime. We must uplift those who suffer from the ill effects of addiction and poverty. And we must always stand vigilant against the hopelessness of lost opportunity at the hands of an opportunistic government. Reagan reminded us that our best days lie before us, that it was morning in America. According to Barack Obama, the Democrats, it's about lunchtime in America. Day's half over. Our best days behind us. Our best work is done. The sky is falling. The air is polluted. The roads are crowded. There's no hope. You and I know better than that. You and I know that despite all the challenges that we have, despite all the difficulties that lie before us, that we've come from a place in which we know we can do better. We come from a place in which we have done better. The spirit of Reagan reminds us that the promise of America is the promise of endless possibilities because we have seen firsthand the greatness of the opportunity that America has to offer in the faces and the labor of those who want tomorrow to be just a little bit better than today. So I'm here in West Virginia today to remind you that it is still morning in America. And it will always be because America is morning. America is a place of eternal promise and potential, a place where possibility meets opportunity. It is a place where the sons and daughters of countless generations can realize the dream of their ancestors and fulfill the promise of a nation. So as this presidential election unfolds, let's define for America those values we hold dear. The value to the soul of religious faith, complete integrity, loyalty, and truthfulness. Let's honor America with incorruptible public service, a respect for economy and government, self-reliance, thrift, and individual liberty. Let's stand firm in our patriotism, real love of country, and willingness to sacrifice for America as so many have sacrificed before us. It is still a long road, a long and bumpy road to the White House and the state houses across America. But I am confident that Republicans and the conservative movement they inspired will regain in strength if we embrace anew those values that have long united our party and stirred a generation to join our cause. These are the values that continue to empower, uplift, and remind us that America will always be that one place on this earth where possibility meets opportunity, a place we call the American dream. This is your time, West Virginia. This is your moment. This is your time and opportunity to be the light of this great nation, this grand experiment we call America. We have a lot to be proud of. Take your head out of the sands of 2006. Focus on the future. Focus on empowering communities, empowering businesses, empowering individuals. Remember who we are as Republicans. As you're walking downtown tomorrow or going to the mall, take a moment, raise your hand and shout out, "I'm proud to be a Republican." Some folks may look at you like you're crazy, but a lot more will look at you and smile and say, "Amen." You need to understand that. Don't believe the hype that we're hearing that this race for president is over, that the race for governor is over, that the race for the state houses are over, that this is the Democrat year. It's just a year. We'll make it what we want it to be if we're willing to work, struggle, sacrifice, and do what is necessary to move forward. Learn from our past mistakes, but recognize that we have something of value to offer the American people. Opportunity, wealth creation, not wealth redistribution. Empowerment, not enslavement to government bureaucracy and programs. Opportunity, not looking backwards and trying to remake and relive the past, but looking forward with new ideas, new synergies, new relationships. Focusing on the national security of this nation at a time of war. Being ready to engage on all fronts in this war on terrorism. Not making excuses and looking to sit down with someone just to get a feel-good moment. But standing strong, standing firm on principle. We have a lot to offer the American people. So let's start acting like Republicans again, remembering always the values that draw us together, the core of who we are, the things that I've already outlined, the things that you know in your heart and soul, the things that brought you here today. That's what America is looking for. That's the contract America wants to re-engage with us on. So get off your hinds and do it. Work it, ladies and gentlemen, work it. God bless you. Thank you, buddy. My pleasure. My pleasure to be with you. Absolutely.
McCain couldn't go wrong.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Good to be with you, buddy. Good to see you. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.